Hello, everybody. I am coming on here really short and quick and sweet. I'm here for a fun time, not a long time, y'all. Not today. I am going to start in 2 minutes. Y'all know my routine. You know my routine. So I'm just going to chit and chat and talk with y'all a little bit. Now, if you're a replay game, just know that I start in 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. So I want to ask a crazy question. I just seen a story today. A mother, no, I'm sorry. A woman killed her grandmother because she did not want to be able. Well, I'm gonna say it's not that she couldn't afford a nursing home. She just did not want that responsibility of putting her grandmother in a nursing home. So she offed her off. Now, I feel like, yeah, that's typical people news around this time. It is. Be honest with you, it's just bizarre news that you be like, what? No, they didn't. But be honest with you, nothing surprised me under the sun today. Nothing surprised me. You can be so selfish to say she's better off dead than me paying for the nursing home. It's just like nothing surprised me. So when I seen this news story today, I was like, it's sad, but it doesn't surprise me. Hey, thank y'all for joining. I really appreciate y'all. It don't surprise me at all. People are so selfish. Hey, Toy Toy. People are so selfish that, somebody wish they could see their meemaw today or their grandma, their granny, and just sit and talk to them. Some people will say, hey, I'll pay that and more. Better yet, my grandma can stay with us, you know, but this, I won't even say the generation. It's just the way of life. People just been okay with the impossible or the what? Hey Diane, it's just crazy. And when I seen it, and the grandma don't even seem like she eats that much. Happy holidays to you. She don't seem like she eats that much. It was just like that was retarded. So let's go into the thumbnail, y'all. This is a serious tip. This is what I've been noticing, okay? And I had to go back and watch some of her old videos to like break it down for me, okay? This was when I started seeing this, and then yesterday I had to digest what I saw yesterday and take it in today. And it really bothered me. Okay, Jazz seemed like she has a lack of love somewhere. Now, we know the story about Jazz. We know her grandma basically raised her. Her dad was with her majority of the time. Her mom was always working. And we know that her mom also allowed her mother to take care of her older daughter. We know that, okay? We know the story. We know it. We know Jazz had four kids with this one guy. We know the story. He landed up in jail. She was single mother. She's always was a single mother, y'all. She just did not start when he went to jail. She's always been a single mother. So we're gonna stamp that what it is, okay? All right. And she could be running. Either one of her parents could have lack of love, and I'm starting to look at how they move and how Jazz move. Definitely her parents. So I'm gonna look at just the fact that sometimes she can't run to her parents. When she was sitting on there talking about, I just can't go to my mom's house unannounced, y'all. It won't be unannounced. You could just say, hey, mom, can we come and stay here for about 45 minutes? And one thing about it is, Jazz, you should have called. I don't know if Texas has a non-emergency number, but you should have looked up for a non-emergency number. You would not been on live that long. They would have been knocking at your door. If you call them not live, you call them and say, hey, this thing been twerking or tweaking all night long. And can you come and check? And they would have been there like less than 5 minutes because you have a team that comes out and do certain things like that. Like for example, you can't call 911 and say, hey, my little thing is off. But they will have somebody to come and check your air in your home to detect if something's wrong with it. But another thing I noticed that if you actually had a real problem, because I didn't hear any twerking and tweaking in the house at that time, y'all. I'm sorry. What kind of mother is that? Are you talking about Jazz or her mother? But at the same time, you could easily found solutions. You didn't have to wait on your landlord. You didn't even have to get in your car because, believe it or not, if there was a dying emergency, they would have put you in a hotel, matter of fact. And then also, if you had rental insurance, guess what? They would have put you in a room just like that within a week. Not even like 45 hours. You could got in your room just like that. Trust me, rental insurance work. You're living in that man's house with no rental insurance, do. Let me find out. And also, you had lights. You got security cameras. That's what you said you had, Jazz. Now, that I'm only speaking on what she says she has. She says she has security cameras. Those can also detect if something's going on in your house. And if it's non-seeable things, such as carbon knots. They would also had called the cops. So again, your story of you laying there did not make any sense to me. But I still have to let that digest, y'all. I have to let that digest. I can't talk about it. My door. Yes, my mother, my family. Okay, my mother and her husband, my dad, is my safe havens place. My dad's house is my safe havens place. I have a safe havens at my aunt's. I have a safe havens at my best friend's house. So again, why are you on here not having a safe haven for your kids? Hell, I think Hannah and Philip will allow you to stay unless Hips don't have that truck and you stayed in that house by yourself. And that's your way of getting him hooty hoo call. That's a hooty hoo call that she did. She didn't do that just because she needed, she needed y'all. Bella, stop it. And I'm going to say this. The reason why, and this is a couple of reasons why I think Jazz cannot connect with her parents, as the family gave her plenty of warnings. Now, as we can look at Jazz looked like her parents kind of tell her, yo, stop that. Don't do that. I don't think you should do that. And then on top of that, it seems like, because parents cut kids off all the time. It's not uncommon to hear, due to the fact that some family members just don't want to deal with your lifestyle, the man that you got in your life, or the morals that you starting to portray. You can't tell me a dad is okay with seeing his daughter bringing in a random man that she met on Facebook. No father is comfortable with that. No, I am not. King Mike, I will not. Can you turn the camera? No, I can not. I will not. King Mike. And I feel like also the parents don't know how to love themselves. So Jazz has a hard time loving. Girl, that girl ain't no daddy's girl. I'm gonna be honest with you, Planet. Daddy is not a daddy's girl. There's no way. Jazz don't have nothing daddy on her. And I'm sorry. She got a daddy. Like some people don't have daddies. But hell, she don't have nothing daddy on her. Nothing daddy. Look at her two baby daddies. You better leave that man alone, okay? Oh, y'all better leave that man alone. He's gonna come back with revenge, okay? He's gonna have a slim bottom. He's gonna get him a reverse BBL. And also, I think like the mother has a emotion disconnect with Jazz, and this is how I feel about Mom Duke. She don't have her mother. She never was raised with the woman that birthed her. So I don't know if she knew the woman that birthed her, but she never was raised with the woman that birthed her. So and that's the reason why I feel like she's disconnected with her child that's in a nursing home. And she's disconnected with Jazz and Keyshawn. Like, you can't tell me that all these kids, I did, and I need to digest that video, Planet. I cannot talk about because I'm so angry, and not in a jealousy angry. I'm just like, damn, you did that? Interesting. Interesting. Um, but it's okay. I will talk about it tomorrow. But I just feel like Mom Dukes can't know how to love her children because she actually never seen it. And it's sad. It's a very sad reason. Um the father, I think he has some type of, and this is my personal opinion because I'm looking at Jasmine's traits. I feel like the father knew Mom Dukes needed love. She liked that attention. She loved the fake love, and he used it against her. I feel like Mom Dukes probably had to go to 2 or 3 jobs because he probably didn't want to put in what he needed to put in. And y'all, and that's how I look at it. Jazz said her mom had like multiple jobs when they was a kid. I'm being honest with you. The pictures I seen wasn't. They didn't stay in mansions. They didn't stay in. It looked like she had to work for him and her, and whatever he gave, she was excited about. I just don't seem like he knew who his target was. So just like Jazz knows her target. Yesterday, she thought she was going to win with some cash apps, with some love, like some genuinely off the chain unnecessary love. Like, oh my gosh, you sit in the house with all that? You such a good mother. You're such a good mother. Good job, doo. Good job. She was expecting that, but it did not come out. People was telling her, get out the house, open the window, get out the house, go sit in your car. And she really wanted to tell y'all, Chris got my car. Because she got mad. And go back to Mom Dukes and her first daughter. That explains why Jazz pushed Aiden to the schoolhouse. And I'm sorry. That explains to me why she didn't try to make no effort to get him the extra help he needed. She pushed that boy to anybody who she think can get him out of her hair. She got so frustrated when the daycare would call her and say, hey, you got to come pick up this boy. She got upset when the school used to call her and say, hey, he can't stay here all day. She got upset. Okay. So there you go again, where your children are aiming a mirror of you. They mirror you. Or I don't want to say the girl had no gas. Because Chuck has been missing because Homeboys was there. And I guess he is driving. Oh, I hope not. That's scandalous. He might you doing too much you doing too much algebra over there, okay? I need you to slow it down. We back on what is that? We just doing basic math. Arithmetic. We're just doing basic arithmetic. That's it. We ain't doing nothing else. You doing your algebra. You working your algebra fingers right now. But also, for crying out loud, y'all, we're going to break this down too. Jazz's father really never had that caring father act on her. He cried. He called Jasmine radio. Now, I know fathers pick on children. I know. At my house, you can't pick them. No, I don't have no bad mouthing the child like, oh, you got a big head or you dumb. We don't say that in my house, okay? Because it does scar. And it might be, innocent, but it might still scar somewhere. When Chris started laughing at her, when he read that comment talking about what they call you, and he said, they trying to call me radio, and he bust out laughing. Baby, you should have walked away. You should not have opened no door to your bedroom that night. When a man, and you could tell that it opened up a wound that she cannot unheal because that's her father. So what does Jazz do? She does the same thing to her children. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that you don't see certain things. Why would you intentionally have your daughter on camera knowing that people are making fun of her speech and saying why she's talking like this and she's in so whatever grade? And I'm going up to my comments. Toy, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be really nice. Cheryl did not want to handle her. It's not she couldn't handle her. She did not want to handle her. Because, be honest with you, if she couldn't handle her, those people in that nursing home would have sent her somewhere else. Like, you made it seem like she's a problem child, and I don't think she was. She just did not have the patience for that daughter, and I think, and she haven't took care of her. No, because I think it linked that her mom had her since she was like, if I'm not mistaken, her mom had her for a very long time, for like since she was like younger than 3 or 4. And that's what I got from it. But people, they like to clean up stuff. People love to clean up stuff. And Jazz always have to prove stuff. And I started noticing that. Like, Jazz had to prove that she liked basketball for her dad. Mm-hmm. So she went to college, and it still didn't work. It didn't work. I know that her and Philip was high school sweetheart, aka they just banged here and there. She was content with putting Philip on hold just so that she can get that connection with her father. It didn't work, so she stick with Philip. And then what did Philip do? He used her and he belittled her, just like her dad. Now, I'm being honest with you. I don't know if her dad used her, but I think her dad had some type of using against Cheryl. And Cheryl seems like the type that I don't think they was middle school. What she said high school. 13, 14, maybe. Maybe. The grandma couldn't handle her. But Cheryl would never had that little girl. That's what I'm trying to say. Cheryl never had it. I think the grandma had it for a very long time, but Cheryl never had that little girl. 13, I'll give it to him, Planet. But this man did have 2 babies on her. But, so I feel like, because how I'm looking at it, it seems like a cycle. Like when we see Jazz, we see a cycle of okayness. It's okay to use people. It's okay to play in people's face. It's okay to abandon my children. It's okay. It's okay for me to eat good and my kids eat okay. It's okay for this man to come in and take over because, hey, it is what it is. I don't see structure with Jazz. And that's the reason why it's so easy for her to go in her closet and pick out personalities. It's okay. She's cool with that. And it's so sad that this woman is 31 years old. I'm not going to say she's pregnant. I don't want to say that. But I do want to say she's 31 and she handles events and certain things that deals with her children careless. And even though I said I was going to talk about it tomorrow, I have to say this. Why all the other 6 kids did not have a shirt? That's all I'm going to say. You got your wee hours of the morning to get this boy's birthday together. And you did not even, you came late for your daughter's birthday. You made sure he had presents at his party from you because the people that was coming to your party wasn't giving him shit. Let's talk about that. People was, good and as well, nobody wasn't going to give that baby anything. You know what, Planet? In the corner. Yo, Planet in the corner right now. I think I would be drunk too if Kevin was my husband. And I had to have 2 or 3 jobs with a man. Girl, I'd be drunk too. You know what? I forgot about that steam press, that t-shirt press. You know what? I forgot all about it, but that's what I need to digest because that don't make any sense. Why 2 people only had shirts and that baby had a special shirt and those other 6 kids did not. And I thought Chris told you not to record them. But why we see their face? You supposed to blur their face out, baby. That's the golden rule. And I'm not, they don't supposed to be on here. They're innocent. And y'all, I have to digest this because that pissed me off. What's too much? Your corner time. Why? We'll find. But you wanted to show the fact that you have no content. So let me hurry up and sneak this. Like y'all talk about King Mike and turn. She wanted to show the people his hips. She likes those hips, and I don't mind it. That's what she likes. She does. You know what, Toy? After Planet gets out that corner, because I only got one corner, you going in there next. Don't make any sense. We was not. So he was the first radio. He was the first radio toy. I like that movie. That was a good movie. I like that movie. I did. I don't know what happened. No, actually, I think he passed away a couple of years ago. The actual radio. I think he actually passed away. But I know that when I went down to South Carolina, there was that school, that high school. He was still like the guy. He was still there. He was still there. Like he was still there. And they was like, "Oh, that's him. That's the guy in the movie." I don't like calling him radio. Like, I don't like calling him radio, but they say that's the guy in the movie. And but of course they use radio. You know what? I kind of miss like we finished with jazz, y'all. So yeah, I came for jazz. I'm finished with jazz. I can't digest nothing else with jazz. I like him in one movie, and that's Boat Trip. I like y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna just give y'all a little planet, a little, a little trivia of myself. So back in the day, right? Dr. Youth used to be on Oxygen, I think. She used to be on one of these channels. I think it was Oxygen. And I was in college at the time. But baby, yes, Boat Trip will have you like, what in the world? Um, so me and my friend was from college was in there, and I said, "Don't you remember we used to watch Dr. Ruth? Not for like to know what to do. And if y'all don't know who Dr. Ruth is, she's the 2000 doctor of SEGG. Okay, she's a doctor of that. Okay, so I said, yeah, don't you remember we used to watch it? And then on top of that, that old lady, yup, and and I was like, so when I went back when I went back home, that's something I used to do. And one day my mom was like, "What are you watching?" I said, "Oh, Dr. Ruth." Like everybody's watching her. And I said, "Mom, look what she's doing." And she's playing with it. She said, "Oh my goodness." And me and my friend, we just had a good time laughing at that. Because only in college you'll find certain things at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch. And that'll be Dr. Ruth. Dr. Ruth. But I'm about to get off. But y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all a question just real quick. If you in here, is it wrong for me to want to go to this church and get a free Thanksgiving dinner? Y'all, don't play with me. I saw this. It's like up the street from my job. So I'm like, so yesterday actually, I was like, darn, that's not a bad idea. Let me. I'm like so tempted to like grab my kids and say, "Hey, let's go here and get some dinner." But y'all, I'm not going to do it because there might be somebody truly needing a meal or some type of comfort from other people at this time of the year. See, I was like, "Is this bad?" Because I seen it and I was like, you know what? And they've been cooking since I drove by there twice today. I've been cooking since 9 o'clock this morning. Okay, they've been putting turkey, whatever. They have these grills and they have a whole setup. They had that junk up since 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm like, I don't want the food to go to waste. Yo, I'm just kidding up. I told myself I was going here for a short time, not a long time. But y'all have a beautiful day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm probably going to cam up. Well, I don't know yet. Hold on. I'll probably can cam up tomorrow. Depends because I don't film at my mom's house. That's my safe haven place, y'all. But I probably want to film up somewhere in my area where I'm going. But y'all be safe if y'all traveling tomorrow. If y'all don't catch me tomorrow, y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and watch some funny movies. And if y'all can catch Boat Trip, go ahead and watch that. That is something hilarious that you will never look at Cunningham Jr. again the same. Okay. But I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.